That's my social security number. Now give me yours.
Every time. Every time.
I mean, we can't start things without it. So,
Is
kind of
that how
important.
There we go. Now I found us.
How else can we verify that it's really you?
Well, you're never really sure. That's the fun of it, right? You don't know if it's me or my evil twin. And of course, my evil twin is going to wreak havoc on the language.
Nice. So I pulled it up, and it had a still of me giving a talk at Google where I'm doing the thing where I write on a chalkboard and I have my left hand on my back. It looks so silly. Wow, I have lost a lot of weight since then. Okay, so I'm trying to find us.
I'm already there. And hello, Tuan, Tim, Timo, Astavier, Miles, Minnie. Minnie gets a yahe.
Ooh. Okay, there we go. Now, oh look, and it's a picture of me looking at my phone. Okay, but there we go. Already. Bueno, Algodog ocean. Algodog oceano. Anyway. Yeah, so Agohiza. Wow, there's a lot of Agos here. So Agohiza, we don't have like glyphs per se. We have these two glyphs. Okay, so we decided on a glyph style. All right, the top is the engraved version of our writing system. The first writing system that would have been engraved into the sides of caves, with little opossum claws. And that didn't start with pictures because you felt it, right? You didn't look at it. Then as their sight got better, they created a written writing system, and it was based on that original writing system. We decided on a style for it, and our patrons chose the wrong one, but it's fine. So we're moving ahead with it. And I don't know, I just ran out of ideas for the poll, so we just did this one where we're trying to decide basically if we were going to have the bottom line for these two glyphs, which really feel like those Price is Right numbers, you know?
It really does, yeah.
I love it. And so, the top one looks like a 4 to me, and the bottom one looks like a 9. Come on down! Anyway. So that's the poll.
Well, I mean, it's not Bob Barker anymore. So.
I know, so it's not worth watching anymore. Okay, but anyway, that's the poll. So
before I give you the results, though,
yes,
Minnie, I need to know if I said it correctly because that's hello in Shenya, and I want to make sure I'm saying it. But obviously, when I see my English brain says yahe, is that correct, Minnie?
Including the stress. And Miles, yes.
My stress is wrong.
Well, you never know.
It's always wrong.
But Miles, yes, it's almost identical to Devanagari Pa.
Oh, that's exciting. And hello, Mateus. And then I'll get to the poll results as soon as I know how to say hello correctly. Okay.
Stress on first syllable, yahe.
Yahe. Okay.
So it's just the flip of the Outcast song.
But which is funny because that was actually an answer to a clue 2 days ago in my crossword puzzle.
Ooh, Outcast.
Hey-ya.
Or hey-ya.
Yeah. Okay. Poll results. I mean, there's only 2, so we'll just give the winner instead of doing the countdown up to it.
All right.
Won by a lot.
So, okay, go ahead.
Are you shaking it like a Polaroid camera?
Picture, my goodness, can you imagine?
Just the whole camera.
That has to have happened in history. So it's like they take their first picture with their Polaroid. Now what do I do with it? And they say shake it, and they start shaking the camera.
I mean, the picture would fall out.
It would.
Yes. No, Minnie, Hey Ya was an answer because David mentioned that it was kind of like the Outcast song, except backwards. And so I was saying that Hey Ya was actually a crossword puzzle answer.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Okay.
What's that sound?
I don't hear anything.
Oh, it's Kitty snoring.
I cannot hear it. Oh, like I can see her leg and that's it.
I was just like, what?
The rest of her blends in.
She's just doing this gentle little. It's very darling. Anyway, so yeah, go ahead, Jess. Take it away.
Take what away?
The poll. Just take it away. Remove it.
Take it away. Did it? I responded. Was A not the correct option?
Play you out. What does that mean? No. Did you announce the winner?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Did I miss it?
Where are you?
I was paying attention to my cat gently snoring. That was all.
Yeah. A won by a landslide. I'll go ahead and repeat that for anyone who missed it.
All right. There we go. So A is our winner. We're not going to have the little underline, and that's fine. And so yeah, like now, when we get to the part where we're actually making the font, I will, this will be a nice starting point, but it's not necessarily going to be the final form. I might do something with serifs.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, not like...
I thought you were going to be beveling it or something.
Well, that is actually an option. I have always wanted to play with something like that. I could do that. It would be interesting. But it wouldn't be like the type of serif that you expect with a Times New Roman type thing. I was thinking of maybe like, I don't know, like putting a little bite out of the edges. I didn't know if that would work or not. Like a little tooth,
Going into it, so it would create like the bottom of a little bookmark or something?
Yeah. I was thinking about it anyway.
I mean, I have to see what it looks like. There's not going to be a line going across, so it would come down. That could.
Yeah, I need to figure out the angle. I believe this is 14 degrees. But anyway. All right, so that takes care of this poll. Maybe we'll have a a grammar related poll this time. It depends on how this week goes. So, where are we at in the document?
Well, on page 11, and I just put my cursor there. On page 11, you should see a red note.
By the way,
we need to come up with a strategy for passive.
Right, you can change your color now.
We're both, wait, yeah, I'm going to go do that right now.
Yeah, we're both orange. We're both orange.
Okay. You can check. Did it work?
Oh yeah, perfect.
Okay.
I tell you, you've made a lot of really good words, in various common lines over the years, but this word gallimaufry is the best word you've ever invented. Just whole cloth. It's extraordinary.
Nice.
It's like if you were going to name a chicken Joffrey.
Not Joffrey.
A French chicken. Oh, but nobody knows about that yet, Jeff.
That's right.
Jeffy Lube. Anyway, okay, we need to come up with a strategy for passive. Yes. And we do. I agree with the document. Do you disagree or agree?
I'm the one who typed it.
Okay, good. Then we both agree.
I will say, okay, so this is really funny. It doesn't show up. It shows up in different colors on your screen than mine. I'm just checking. But Estavi has said that wasn't Jesse orange this whole time. Now I'm going to be a different color. Brain can't handle it. Yeah, we figured out, what was it, 3 days ago, that we could actually change our author color.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I have to be pink because that's my favorite color.
Yeah, but it is showing up as like a light lavender on my screen, and I don't know why. It looks pink up in the collaborate window. It looks pink enough, but it's coming out as lavender. And then of course my highlight color comes from my overall computer preferences.
Yeah, because when I highlight on my screen, it comes up as green.
Yeah.
And then.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
So we're like, we have the same color? We have the same highlight color on our computers?
Do you have green? Or do you have teal? It looks teal when I see it on YouTube.
Well, I chose it as green because I was trying to match the LangTime Studio colors.
Oh, nice. No, mine is green. Yeah. Oh, and Minnie's favorite color is pink. Yay!
Nice.
Oh, Ragdoll, I'm so happy that our voices woke you up. That has to be a wonderful way to wake up.
I wonder if there's a way to just make that your alarm.
Yeah, just do a recording and then use that recording. I have, well, long story.
Oh, I can't.
I have a recording of someone speaking as a ringtone.
Oh. I assume Alan Rickman?
I wish.
Now you're thinking about it. All right. That would be great as an alarm. Are you still asleep? I can't do Alan Rickman. I wish I could. What a voice.
That would be great, because then I could just make you record it for me.
Mr.
So work
Potter,
on it.
Mr. Potter. Mr. Potter. I'll try. I'll get there. Hi, Yaha. Ooh, we have Yahe and Yaha. So yeah, I...
Minnie says it needs to be Alan Rickman saying Gallimaufry.
Yeah, also somebody said it reminded them of Gallifrey, so imagine, Gallimafreyan. You writing that Gallimafreyan?
Okay. Wait, Alan Rickman was a prestigious vintner in a movie?
Jeez, I don't remember that one. I've seen the one where he's a hairdresser.
Not that one either. Passives, though.
Yeah.
What do you...
Like, I got nothing. I am empty.
Neither do I. I thought if we just, BS long enough, eventually it would be like, here we go.
Yeah, here's our passive. Where's our other stuff? I want to see our other stuff.
And by other stuff, do you just mean you want to scroll down and see? Well, it's kind of up and down. We've got some negation going on up above. If you go down below, it was part of our strategy for the manner and the directional.
Bottle shock. Okay.
Oh, happy birthday! Oh my gosh. And I still, every single time, and I even have it written down in one of my notebooks phonetically. It's Estavi, right?
Yeah, I believe it is. Can you, so a lot of times, I see people talking about metathesis a lot, and for some reason, a lot of the time when I see them talking about metathesis, they're metathesizing a consonant and a vowel. It's usually two consonants. I don't know why everybody got the idea for consonant and vowel.
Probably because English does it.
It did it, yeah. Though also, strangest thing, my daughter says iron for iron, which is of course the way it's spelled.
Right, but that's also a pronunciation some people have.
Some people legit. Far, far from where we live.
Okay.
Oh, are we in agreement here?
I mean, you know where you live better than I do, so I'm going to let you.
Do you often talk about your suits of iron?
Do I? No.
Do but you have I heard
iron
your shirts?
Or iron?
Do you really?
What's that?
Do you iron your shirts? Iron?
Well, I don't own an iron, so I don't iron anything.
But were you? Would you go and purchase an iron or an iron?
God, it depends on what mood I'm
What
in.
band is this?
Well, and there's also, you could also just say iron.
Yes.
Iron Maiden.
Yes. But that came from iron, right? It started out as iron and then it became iron. Yeah?
Sure. But
it didn't
have
come
you
from
never heard
iron.
somebody say iron?
My daughter.
Like, besides that, you've never heard anyone else say iron? Well, someone,
No.
please. No, and it's not a metathesis. Well, someone, please back me up. Surely I am not the only person.
But do you say
Never
it?
mind.
Do you say it? Do
Probably.
you say it?
What?
Do you say it?
I didn't hear what you said before
do
that.
Do you say it? Do you?
You just clap at me.
I only gave you one. I only gave you one.
So I'm pretty sure.
You're fairly
say
certain.
iron, but I don't know.
You don't know.
How often do I say the word? I don't know.
Do you long to visit Ireland?
That one, I feel like it would be Ireland.
It's gotta be. Now, Roman, I want you to think carefully about what you're about to do.
Thank you, Evan. Iron is, I believe IME means, in my experience, very common.
All right. I wonder what experience that is. I'm guessing
Well, apparently
whales.
it's similar to mine. And James says it's definitely a thing, but can't pinpoint dialect. This word is the ire of Jesse's day. Yes, it is. No, but seriously, like when someone asks you out of the blue, how do you say a word? You think you know how you say it, but like it may not be how you actually say it in context.
See what little Roman's doing? Yeah, he wants to walk on my desk, but I don't want him to walk on my desk.
Is
there she
Meridian
goes. Oh, but she's off again. Okay.
Thank you, Minnie. But it's okay to vote against me when you talk about how I say things, because I have found out that I have a very strong idiolect that nobody else has. And it's okay. It's really okay. Maybe, wait, who wasn't Scottish? Maybe I'm Scottish.
I mean, it would explain a lot of things. Roman, I really don't. Oh.
Like in my head, I'm like iron. I don't know. At some point, it needs to be in the middle of a long passage that I'm reading, so I don't think about it and I just say it. Then I'll tell you how I say it.
Okay. Well, I will make sure that it comes up naturally in conversation. Okay. Potential sources for passivization. Now, I've never heard of it, but have you ever heard of somebody using iron as a source of passivization? Like, is that a thing?
That is so not natural. No. Plus, you said it, therefore I have the input.
You said what?
Totally affecting. Obviously, you need to retake a class on how to design linguistic studies on pronunciation.
Here we go. Say iron 8 times. This was, by the way, the prompt for my master's. It was just whatever the word was, say blank 8 times. Say blank 8 times. So there was like, what did I have?
But beforehand, did you have a whole discussion about the words you wanted them to say 8 times, about how it should or should not be pronounced?
No, I did not.
Okay, so that. Oh, were you isolating the ash and the bang versus the ban
Um,
to see if it truly is an ash?
let's say, yeah.
It's
And
like the effect of nasalization.
yeah, and it's not. It's not. It's crazy not. Basically, there is, at least, in the speaker group that I was working with, there is one, this is a minimal pair. Right here, these two words. They are straight minimal pair.
So they're not for me. And I've actually done it in prot, and ban and bank have the same vowel structure in prot for me.
Say those two again.
Ban and bank. I promise you, I did the formants and everything.
They may have the same vowel, but that may be because you have a diphthong in ban that is high at the beginning. Because that was
saying I don't even say ban in the same way as
yeah, like, okay, so I noticed this with Meridian when she was learning, English, just picking up on patterns. She was doing that in inappropriate places. So, stand is one thing, but she would say snack. And like,
nothing inappropriate about making diphthongs everywhere.
But like, I didn't even know what she was talking about. Like, she said, like, I want a snack. And I'm like, what? A snack? What are you talking about? And then, I figured out she was saying snack. But she had the exact same vowel as if she was saying stand.
Yeah, I still don't know what to do for passive. I really thought, like, if we just kept going, eventually I would just be like, boom, this is it.
Yeah, and so the one thing that's thrown me off is that we have a long line of potential, auxiliary bits, right?
Yeah.
Of things. And so even if it's a verb, it's got to go somewhere.
Really?
Terrible. All right. Obviously, jump is not a good one. Let's do, well, I guess of the ones we got, I guess touch works. Okay. So, do we want go? What's the other auxiliary?
Do.
And so it's the possum didn't. Is that what the there does? Touch X? Can't remember.
Sorry. Can you say that again?
The possum touch hiss do there.
That should be perfective, yeah.
Okay, so the possum didn't touch X. So that's how the possum didn't touch X. So now we want the possum did not get touched.
Applesauce Project says play dead wasn't used for negation. How about using it for passivization?
That doesn't make as much sense.
But that doesn't quite work.
Hey, Biblaridian is here.
Well, hey, Bib.
And, sir, I owe you an email. I have not gotten to it yet. I will get there. Probably today. Probably tomorrow. Can I do that? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think so. It's got to be one or the other. Okay.
I was really not paying attention. Sorry, I looked down because an alert went off on my watch.
Oh, you have an alert on your watch that goes off every single time Biblaridian joins the chat?
Yes, it reminds me to breathe.
Okay. All right. So this is Okay, you know what? They're right. Do you have your grown-up version of the World Lexicon of Grammaticalization
Yeah.
handy?
Just a second.
Okay. We don't have a to be verb, Evan. We actually haven't gotten there yet. That's an issue that we need to discuss. I'm going to throw that on there too.
Where are you throwing? Oh, wait. Oh, yeah.
Well,
no,
or not copula, but copular
okay.
constructions. Okay, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what hair tie?
What?
There's.
Oh.
Yeah. Well done. Well done. Well done.
Why, thank you. And thank you, Minnie. Okay. Passive. Sources. Anti-causative.
Really?
That's the first source.
Hmm.
Change of state. Come.
I'm gonna write these down anyway. Okay, change of state. Come, of course.
You say it comitative. There we go. I was like, wait, where does the stress go for real?
Right, comitative.
Eat. Fall. Get. Give. Go.
Give. Huh?
Nominalizer. Person, pronoun, comma, third plural. Reflexive. See and suffer. I feel like we have to go with suffer or fall.
Yeah.
Especially with these possums, they're very deep. Suffer seems.
Yeah, that's true. Yes. So in terms of like these passivization strategies, ones that I have used are suffer, see, I have used a third person plural pronoun, get, fall, eat, come, change of state. The one that Bibliaradian is talking about in Astapori Valerian, of course, High Valerian has a composite passive, and that composite passive came from eat. Thought that was kind of a cute idea. The composite passive was jettisoned when we went to Astapori Valerian. And then in Astapori Valerian, you essentially developed an auxiliary. And this auxiliary utilized the little process in High Valerian that marks the verb when an otherwise agentive verb has an inanimate agent. So, like a person sees is, I don't know, like a man sees vala urne. What is the third person singular? Vala urnes, the man sees, okay? But if you were to say, like, I don't know, the mountain sees for some reason, it would be blenon hurnes, and that H is on the front because it's indicating that the subject is inanimate. And so what happened was to get the auxiliary that gives us passive in Astapori Valerian, you took C, you put it in the instrumental passive, meaning that the agent was inanimate. Then you passivized it using the High Valerian passive. And then that became the auxiliary. And so basically it's like X was seen to Y. And that's the passive. Or was that the perfect? It feels like it was the passive, but I don't remember. Anyway.
So in other words.
Yeah.
Those are details for something. Do you want me to look up passive in High Valerian?
No. I know how the passive works in High Valyrian. I just forgot, evidently, how it works in Astapori Valyrian. But I think I'm right.
Oh, because Bibb said low Valyrian. I gotcha.
We're going to do impersonal pronoun as well. The way that these two work right here is it's kind of like, people, it's hard to come up with an example specifically, but we do it all the time in English. When we use they, and we just mean the world in general, that's how these things work. So it's like, they see me, but it's like who? It's like nobody in particular. So it's like, we can do this in English. We do it all the time. It's just, it's like,
Are you trying to think of an example?
It's like, you're going to the store and they see you like walk in, and it's like, it could have a referent. It could mean the people at the store in general, but it's like, it could be reinterpreted as you are seen to walk in, Mm-hmm. But there are better examples in English where we do something very similar to this. And so there would be no passivization strategy per se. Instead, it's just using the third person plural pronoun they, and whatever is the thing that's getting seen or getting touched or whatever becomes the object, and then that's it. That's all you do. They're fixing the road. They're enforcing parking. That's a good one. That's a good one. Evan has a good one. So like, they're doing street sweeping, It's very, like, it could have a very specific referent, but it doesn't in the mind of the speaker. That's the idea. Oh, it was? How about that? Okay.
And Kex Krumo, I'm glad you could stop by and say hello, and I hope you sleep well. Okay. Now we can go on.
Yeah, Yaha is pointing out how, like, there is a true passive in Hebrew, but it's rarely used in favor of just this generic third-person plural pronoun.
Okay, but I'm still on suffer.
Okay.
I mean, those are all good strategies. All wonderful.
Okay, let's figure out how this could work, because it feels like this is going to need to be it feels like this is going to need to co-occur with a nominalization. And I'll show you how. In other words, this is going to end up being a passive auxiliary. Oh, no, we're not there yet. We're not there yet, Evan. We're not to the actual root. We're just working with the meanings right now. I want to figure out how the meanings work. Okay, touch. Okay, the possum didn't touch X. So possum. Touching. Suffer. Do there.
It wouldn't be suffering touch?
No, this is essentially me saying that this is a nominalization. Suffer is a transitive verb. This is the subject, and this is the object.
Okay, gotcha. I see what you're doing.
And then, so that's the possum. Well, let's say got. It makes a lot more sense. Got touched. And for the negative, it's suffering that gets negated.
Right.
Okay. All right, before we go too far, and before we get to this, I want to talk about nominalization because I don't remember how we did it. And we need to figure out two things: one, how the nominalization works, and two, if this whole thing, like if this is all just going to be suffixes, or if there's going to actually be a true space, and this is going to be a separate word, and then this is going to be a true nominalization. Okay.
Okay. So we have a note up on page 6.
All right, let's go. Yeah, I remember
If you go where I am, I've highlighted the relevant.
Where are the examples where we first, it was up here.
Yeah, it's
page
before
5.
page 6, because we've got that all these notes up here, like the.
Right.
Where is the one specifically? Oh, like the possum, the stick coming, the mountain climbed.
So essentially, the and no, we're not. We're just figuring out what we did previously. We just had the infinitive. That's it could serve as a nominalization.
Okay.
Now, 2 options. Do we actually have a word for touch? Okay, touch. Okay, there we go. Because I want to go back to where we were.
Where did we use the infinitive for nominalization?
In the adjectives. And so the
those weren't verbs though.
No. Ani, right? The previous.
Those are the verbs.
Yeah. So we could have possum. Okay, tor is touch, and then could have ni, and then suffer do there, right? Could have possum, tor, suffer do there. Could also be possum, tor. Okay, and I hope everybody sees the distinction here. So in other words, here, this is actually like a little participial form. Here, the infinitive is a separate word, and so we don't ever have to worry about the phonology stuff that happens between those two. And here it's all one word. And so you will probably need to list the passive form as one of its principal parts in the dictionary. If we do that. Are you leaning one way or another?
And are you asking me instead of the commenters?
No, I'm asking you.
I am leaning toward one of the first 2 and leaning toward the second out of those.
I am too. Yeah. Let's put an asterisk by this one for the moment. Next thing I just want to be sure about, do we have just a straight up transitive sentence so I can see what happens with objects? Because I don't remember. Or do you?
We do have a straight up transitive sentence because I remember on page 7 we have the possum bites a child, and or the possum bites child. Nothing happens to it unless it is meant to be indefinite, and then it gets marked in the partitive if it's an object.
Perfect. Okay. All right. Good. Then, yeah, this should just work straight out of the box. I like that.
I do too.
Yeah, makes things a little easier. So we will just have a passive auxiliary. Now we get to the point where we talk about what form we will have for suffer. So.
Indeed. And we do still have roots to use on page 6 if you want to look at some of those forms to see.
Okay.
In Yaha, that means to touch. Many. Suffer. Ah.
Okay. I'm leaning towards either seeing what happens with lug or seeing what happens with kichi.
Actually, why not see what happens with both of them?
Okay.
I feel like I somehow got off center whenever I stood up and went to get the book, and I feel like I'm now sitting sideways to the camera. Like, not full sideways. I keep trying to adjust to get back to straight on. Maybe it's just me.
It's cool though because you can see all the books behind you. It's nice. Can you remind me everything that we need to put on the end of a verb to test it?
Well, yes. And we're doing do for this one, correct? The suffer. It's going to take do as its auxiliary.
Yes. So we don't ever have to worry about it coming with the go one. It's only going to come with do.
Because suffer would be to do, right?
Yes. Okay. Which one is that one? Is it uff or s?
That one, I just lost it, is uff.
Okay. All right.
Is do.
Okay, so here we go.
And then if you wanted the there for the perfective, that one is the R schwa.
Okay.
And Megan, it's how I feel, and like whenever I see me in the video, I feel like I'm one shoulder's closer than the other, or I'm off center. The camera hasn't moved. I have. So anyway, Megan, that's.
I mean, it's not something that should really distress you. Not like if I can't tip my chair back, then everything needs to stop until it's fixed.
And we need to watch you have a major fight with it.
Yeah.
Did you want to also do the negation in there too, just to like see what happens when his gets shoved in there?
Yes, I did. Is that if?
Yeah.
Okay. And then for both of those.
Oh, Minnie, no, I did not get new glasses. I've actually had these for going on like 3 or 4 years now.
I'm going to be getting new glasses next month. Woo! So look forward to that.
Very exciting.
Yeah. Wow. How did that happen?
Oh, I know what else we need to do today, David.
Yeah?
I'm going to put it with our note, but go ahead and tell us what you're like shocked about.
The first two of these got an epenthetic vowel, but like I don't understand why they would have. Like there's no reason that they should have gotten a parenthetic vowel. I mean, it's just a CVC form. And it was stressed. Like, why is it getting an E in front of it? I mean, maybe the second one I can see that. But is Graham on by any chance?
I don't think I've seen him yet, but maybe saying his name will summon him.
Yeah. Let me just... Okay, so since this happened with the first one, which is the most basic form, which is just lug, let's go through that one. Let's just go through the sound changes. It shouldn't take too long.
Oh, Graham just popped in.
Okay. Graham, so if you'll take a look, we have lug over here, right? And it's becoming ilwuk, which is weird. Here, let me try replacing all of these with the with their not reflexive, retroflex.
Miles
forms.
is saying he got luok when he plugged it in.
Okay. So, you know what? I replaced a regular L with a retroflex L, and that fixed it. Jesse, you have a poor connection, so you're not on video right now, FYI. So yeah, Graham, I guess you can't use the regular L. I mean, but there's no reason this should have made a difference. We have the de-romanizer right here. Like, I don't see why that would have made a difference. It's very strange. Okay, Jesse has disconnected. So, I have my stuff disabled here. So, doesn't make a difference when you try it. That's just weird. I don't know. An artifact of the bizarreness. Okay, give me just a moment. Come on, you knew which your I meant. Okay. Okay, Jesse's gonna come back. Let me, and then... All right, and let me come back.
Well, that was exciting.
Yeah, it was very exciting. All right. Okay, just a second. Let me, hopefully my screen doesn't go dark or whatever. You know.
And did you disable notifications again before?
No, I haven't yet. I'm gonna get there right now. There we go. Okay. Okay, we're back.
Yay.
I'd actually recommend the version number doesn't match the latest version. Oh, okay. Good advice.
Oh, so you may be getting something from an older...
Yeah, so is 13.1 the correct version, or 0.13.1?
And Mateus, the problem was my internet crashed very suddenly.
Yeah.
And I promise you, I have the best internet offered in the area at the highest speeds. And from the only provider. So not much we can do other than say our prayers to the internet gods and hope that that doesn't keep happening on Thursdays.
Okay, so let's look at the four forms that we have here. So lug becomes look, which is exactly what it should be, so that's good. Lagaf becomes ilgo, which is cool. It's the same as, what is that? Yeah, so ilgo, 7 in Korean. So that's good. Our next one we have this thing ending in like a GVR, which is weird. That's not something that should be happening.
We're not going to do Laguva.
Yeah, I had to switch to Safari from Google Chrome because it was just eating up too much RAM on my computer. Now I have an M1, so it doesn't matter, but I got used to using Safari, so Safari it is. I pull up Google Chrome when I need to figure out what hex code is some color is. But yeah, we have this lugvar, which is just weird. I don't think that should be happening.
Kara says, you said you wanted crazy clusters.
I know, but like it just feels like we have a thing going with our verbs. Oh, right, and that was another thing that you said we needed to do. We needed to fill out the verb paradigms.
Oh, yeah, I actually wrote that as that note that I told you I was going to write. Yes, I made the charts.
Yeah, that's good. So yeah.
Evan, that's nice. Le Gouver.
Huh. So with everything else, we were getting a combination of fa and ra, which was resulting in hua. Okay. And so that's how we got, you know, it should be something like, il go. Il go.
I feel like the way we did that was somehow based on sort of outside of our normal strategies, because I remember struggling every time I tried to figure out the verb forms, to figure out how they would work.
Well, let's just.
If you put in ban into the system, does it come out with bano? Like,
Good
put
question.
something in there that we think we already know the form for.
Oh.
And I know the one that I struggled with most was to stand. Ni. That one just.
Oh. That's weird. No, it's doing different stuff now. It's killing more vowels. It shouldn't be. Because one of the vowels it's killing is stressed. Yeah, for both of them. Like, it shouldn't be doing that. This middle schwa should be stressed. And so, if any vowel is getting deleted, it shouldn't be that one. And in fact, I believe that this form is incorrect. Yeah. It should be il gof. I don't know how that happens.
But I also, because did we actually combine the two suffixes before putting them into sound rules?
I don't remember. I'm going to go
ahead.
And
Evan is asking if you need to add a stress mark.
I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it, see what happens. Did we change where the stress marks go in this? Are the stress marks now going before the stress syllable? Because it feels like they are over here.
Doesn't it? So
Miles says he added the stress mark to the schwa and it returned the ilgo. Let's just put it there and see what happens. Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Is that the form that you needed?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and write these down somewhere. Where's our suffer?
Back up on like page 9. Ish.
Yeah.
10.
10? Got it. Thank you. All right. So we have option A. We have look. Go.
Graham is saying the stress rule doesn't apply stress before CCV combinations. It never has, because we haven't tried a word with that shape before.
Oh, it's just basically if it ends in a consonant, final stress. If it ends in a vowel, penultimate stress. And that's been the rule a long time, I thought. Yeah, that's why this is option A here. Okay, so then il yo. Oh yes. And we're going to have to do the same thing with the stress right here. Okay.
I like that this one is at least coming out kind of shorter. I'm curious to see what happens with all the palatalization here.
Okay.
Hello, Julius.
Okay. Do we have to mark these as palatal too, or not? I can't remember.
Oh.
Or is it assumed that these will all be palatal?
But no way did we decide that it needed to be L-Y-G-Y-Z-Y.
Yeah, that seems... Yeah.
If there's a Y at the end of the combination, shouldn't that just apply across the entire cluster before it?
Yeah.
Megan, I understand your pain. I mean, my side of the stream totally dropped me.
Okay, perfect. All right, so that's option A. We've got that. That's set. Now we'll work with option B, and I believe that the protoform was K-I-X-I. Is that right?
It was... Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Okay.
Manny, Megan and I would be waving to each other analog style because, you know, nothing digital happens when you want it
to. Evan's raising an issue that we're going to need to tackle because I forgot about the new W. We'll have to talk about that. But we don't
need... and whether or not we need to add H's or something?
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that just yet, but let's do this first. Okay. Kishi. And then that should just get yeeted, so kisho. And okay, I think.
Does my face say it all?
Oh wait, sorry.
And Magpie said that there were clusters that included palatals and non-palatals.
Yeah, I know.
And so we did need the Y. This is why IPA is superior.
I mean, at a certain point, yes.
And I feel like for this language, IPA is superior. Unless you want to do diacritics.
Yeah, I know. I really didn't want to.
But then you see ILYGYZYOWH and think maybe?
I know. All right. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Nah, we haven't come to it yet, all right? Let's see.
Alistair says to borrow the Irish orthographic convention for palatalization.
Don't they use extra letters?
Holy guacamole. Say that last word for me that you just typed.
Kishicha? I'm sorry. Kishicha?
Cool.
But let me make sure that that's correct. Let me because I'm not 100% sure that it is. Why is this one an A? Right. No.
Because the A and then the diphthong comes together because it ends in an A.
But no, but the A that it ends in is over here. Why is this one an A? I think this one should be O, shouldn't it?
Oh, probably we were just using the pattern that was above it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so that is correct. Okay, now let me, because we had a chart up here on page 9 telling us.
Mateus, I agree. Every diacritic is beautiful in its own way.
Then you have to type it. You gonna be happy typing those diacritics? You gonna just be able to type them very, very simply? Can you?
Depends on the diacritics you want.
Can you do
yeah,
this?
there are ways.
Can you do this with a button press?
Wait, I'm looking to see what you just typed. Where did you type and what did you type?
Page 9.
Why is... Oh, I'm on the wrong page. Well, with a double button, yeah.
How quickly can you do it?
I gotta remember which one it is, though.
Look at that. Look how quick that is. Look how
Underlined?
quick that is. You do that.
See, look,
That one
you're
is
typing it just fine. I'll remember eventually what the shortcut is for those, and then...
Yeah, but the thing is, nobody will be able to read that. They won't know what that is. Okay, back to
Well,
here.
that's why you tell them. Who's gonna know what ILYGYZYOW means? Like, who's gonna be able to parse that out?
Well, but if across all 5 languages, ZY is always yeah, then, you know. It's not just random nonsense.
Who's gonna be able to pronounce possum anyway?
Okay.
And you can't tell me that the last thing in option B is not nonsense in and of its own right.
Kishikha?
Yeah, okay.
Kishikha.
Uh-huh.
Well, anyway, these are correct. I checked the combination, and that is correct. So, Jesse, do you have a preference between option A and option B?
You know I do. Like, why are you even asking?
But which one? I mean, I don't know.
If anybody was paying attention for the last 7 minutes, you know my option. So if you're putting it to commenters, I'm just gonna let it fall where it falls.
I am tempted to put it to a vote just to see what would happen. Because, no, there is a clear winner here, I think.
I think so too.
Go ahead, let's see. Which ones do you think? Option A or option B? Look versus Kishi.
And light tempire, coffee Kopiko, way better than cappuccino. Evan, you voted B? Okay, so far Evan's the only B, everybody else is A. Thank God.
For variety.
Okay.
For
Magpie,
variety.
come on, Ragdoll, come on now. Yeah, I'm gonna... Well, Evan, it's a beautiful root. It just does not mix with these suffixes well. And so we need to use it for something else where it can shine.
Yeah, it's going to be a noun root.
Floridian invokes depletion and devote. No. No.
It'll be good. We'll just do Kishi in this one, so that we'll be able to still have the one that you like, Kishikho.
That's it. And then everywhere else.
It's just 3 syllables. It's not bad. You know, gishikhof.
That's not bad. Man, bless you, by the way.
No, I want
Steven, come on now. Y'all are killing me. An anime fan, suppletion is when you have this sort of paradigm and everything makes sense, and then there's this one form that comes from somewhere else, and so it looks completely different. So like how we have, you know, in English like go and goes, but then in past tense it's went, and it's like why?
There.
And that's suppletion.
So that everybody will remember for all time.
Which one is which?
But yeah, no, this is going to be, I think this should be a nominal root. And I think it'll be a very, very good noun. So, but this will work for this auxiliary. Okay.
And Graham, thank you. Graham has to go back to work, but the sound change adjustment is live now. And thank you so much, Graham. You're awesome.
Okay, cool. All right, let's... Okay, 13.1.
Julius, suppletion is usually there's multiple verbs that ends up merging, and then one verb form will get preserved over another. So like went from English is from the verb wind. And then to go into wind meant roughly the same thing. And no, Evan, mouse to mice was actually an kind of ablaution, an ablaut, if you will, of the vowel. That's actually not suppletion.
Yeah, that was just a sound change.
And then the to be versus am are like those verbs. The be verbs, we actually used to have 2 forms of be, and they conflated over time too. So
yeah,
it makes sense. Like when you look at it historically, it's not like just this random verb or form getting shoved into it. But
all right, so let's
hey, do we have a passive strategy?
Yeah, I think that we should write up a table first
before we celebrate.
Nah, let's celebrate.
Because aren't tables more fun to do when you have a Kopiko in your mouth?
Yeah. All right, I gotta refill my Kopiko bowl before next week. The heck?
Oh, Evan is saying the root, the kihi root, could be mouse.
Ooh.
Goodbye, David.
And it could be straight up onomatopoeic. I like that. Okay.
Right?
Kopio.
We should make that happen.
Cheers.
After we have a Kopiko. Cheers. Cool. And I'll take roots to use. I'll take the lug off because we're going to use that. And I'm going to put a note up there that hihi. It's just going to happen. It will now be mouse.
Yeah, that's an easy one. We just need to write it up. Kopiko, the voice of our generation. Oh, that's good stuff.
So good. I forgot how good it was.
Oh, yeah. Every week I forget. Oh, so good. Okay. Okay.
We just need to create like one of the bottom charts, right? Because it's only going to appear as a motion.
Yeah. Here,
And Evan, no, it's not going to be suffixed. It's going to be, it's going to be auxiliary, but kind of treated as the verb.
Full auxiliary. Write that there. I'm not sure if it's still going to mean suffer after this. Well, maybe. It's young enough. Okay. Delete columns.
If you want it to mean to suffer, we should do reduplication.
Not a bad idea. I like that. Here, let's do it actually with, we'll use Isga as our example. So, there we go.
Well, Minnie, that is a good question. You don't stop with the auxiliaries until you have everything you need accomplished and done in a way that it all works. It's like asking a teacher how many pages a paper needs to be.
Oh, I love that question. Oh. Whoa. What happened there?
What happened where?
Well, that shouldn't have happened, I don't think. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I can't see well enough what you're doing on the screen, so I'm just like tennis watching back and forth, waiting to see what gets updated.
Well, Oh. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, so when we have the standard infinitive with the negative suffix, does stress shift to the end?
That is a wonderful question, Peter.
I'm pretty sure it does.
I feel like it almost has to, otherwise wouldn't we have to mark it?
Yeah.
Because the consonant at the end pulls the stress?
100%. Thank you very much. That's all I needed. Oh, right.
And Minnie, I'm glad that you asked for your friend, who also has a conlang called Shania.
What? Really? What? Sorry.
Asking for a friend. Tell your friend. This is a warm and welcoming space. All questions are welcome.
Okay. Alright, so now I've forgotten what the forms are because I just did those non-finite forms. Can you give me a little handski?
You're not going to ask me to read them, are you?
Well, this was the easier one.
That is true, but that doesn't mean I can actually do it. Okay, we're going to start with ugu, with the stress on the O. No, it would be ugu.
Yeah, there you go.
I forgot that there's no O in here, really.
Yeah. And then the negative is going to be ilgach. Wait, what is the negative?
Negative is ilgj. Ilgj.
Ilgja. Got it. Okay, and then this one is going to be...
Did you spell it right? I'm
I
waiting
think so.
to see on the YouTube if you spelled it right. Yeah. Okay, cool. That means I said it right. And then ilguch and ilgjuch.
Okay, sure. Okay. Good. All right. So that table is good.
I'm just laughing at myself.
Better you than me.
What's that?
Better you than me. Okay.
Good. Okay. Now we need to fix all the other tables.
Not quite. Not quite.
Oh, yeah?
Now we need to reckon with two things. First, we need to find this W and figure out if we should be adding a WH.
Mm-hmm. For some reason, I thought that the W, the voiced one, was always predictable. And so we weren't going to mark it.
Okay. But where was it?
Really, really good question. Okay, so that would have to be something to do with voicing. Oh, yeah, it'd be the voicing. 11.
Page 11. Oh, rule 11.
Oh, no. Rule number 11, voicing assimilation. Because a consonant will spread its voice feature to a following consonant. So that would make a W, right?
Right.
But it's going to be predictable because the only reason it would be voiced is because something voiced before it.
Yeah, so that's right. Yeah, okay, so that's not a big deal. All right. Next, I want to figure out these sequences of non-palatalized followed by palatalized things and figure out if it's actually important.
So put Y's with all of them.
Yeah, now, this one right here, this one was fine. Because this Y is different from the other Y, from the palatal one. You know, you'd have, because you could theoretically have, you know, yes versus yes. And there would be a little bit of a difference. Okay. So we do need that, but yeah, let's figure out where we would have these like non-palatal consonants followed by palatal consonants contrasting with palatal consonants followed by palatal consonants.
I don't think we would anymore because at one point palatalization was only moving in one direction. Well, if it's only moving in one direction, then I guess you could theoretically have an N followed by a palatal sound and it would not be palatal. The N wouldn't be.
Yeah.
I guess the question then becomes, how big of a deal is it?
Let me try to construct an example. Okay. I'm gonna go over to Lexergy. Oh, geez, the L just dropped straight out there. That's not good. How about N? Okay. This is where you could have a distinction. So, I put up two potential forms. Both of them have sh. Then the next vowel is either a schwa or a barred I. And then the rest is N, I, and I just threw on a p there to drag the stress to the end of the word. If you throw those in, they will come out as either schnich or schnich.
Okay.
Huh. But that's not a good example because the sh is turning the N into a into retroflex because of retroflex assimilation. Let me try K.
And Karis asked, could we just do it the other way and mark the lack of palatalization?
That's it. Minimal pair right there. And I suppose the question is if we want to keep that. So, I replaced the N with a K, and by simply having a difference in the central vowel, you can end up with skich versus skich.
Okay.
But the K is palatable for both. Skich, skich. That's pretty tough.
To not just do it all palatal?
It is an interesting but difficult distinction. It's not impossible. You can have skich versus skich.
Until Jesse the Whisper comes along, and then everything is sheesh.
You don't really lisp, though.
No, but in possum I would.
Ah, gotcha.
I am wondering, I mean, because, and it's not even that we're losing the distinction if we don't mark it in the Romanized form. The spelling doesn't have to 100% be perfect. And a native possum would know how to say those words just based on how they're used within context. In the same way that in English we know whether to say R-E-A-D is read or read. And so, like, for simplification of spelling, I would say just add the Y at the end of the cluster. And some are going to be fully palatalized clusters, some aren't. And I'm okay with that. Look it up in the dictionary if you want to know.
This is a very easy distinction to make in the writing system that we're developing. In effect, it is a diacritic. That's what's happening.
Yeah, and Miles, you're absolutely right. It is totally resolved in the script.
Yeah.
I'm just saying and I don't think I'm off base for ease of romanization. We don't want Y to be every other letter in any word.
Yeah. Gosh, I want a place to write down the ideas I'm having here, but I also want to look at our consonant inventory at the same time.
That's when you take a screenshot of the consonant inventory and have it up on your computer beside the document. do that a lot.
Okay. The thing is, in order to see it, we're going to have to cover up your face. So.
I mean, I'm still here. I'm okay.
Hold on a sec. I think I have a potential solution. There we go. Yeah, look at that. That's actually kind of handy. Like, you can just leave the consonant inventory there and then... Oh, wait, no.
And then you can see it, but nobody
else can. And then I can
can
see it, but nobody else can. I understand. Yeah, I see what's happening. Okay.
I mean, but at this point,
Yeah.
if you're the one having the idea, then that's
Right.
totally fine. If
Okay.
you wanted, you could scooch it up and it could come up to like my chin. You know? Make it so you just see my head floating above the consonant inventory.
Okay, so just cover. All right. There we go. That works.
YouTube caught up with what you just did. Yes, that totally works.
But no, that's too big. It's too big. I like it down here. I don't think others need to see it right now. It's fine. It's just something I need. So.
And Evan, yes, she will be a mouse. I already noted it. We just are not working on nouns right now. So have you no fear. It is noted.
Yeah. Okay. So, places where this could be important.
I agree with many. You seem to be confused about what a chin is.
Okay. Okay. So all of our palatal consonants are, no, let's keep that up. Okay.
Doing okay there?
No. All right. Everything is a disaster. What? Okay, there.
Bye, Minnie.
Bye.
Have fun getting the Pokemon gift.
What?
That's why she's leaving. She's getting a gift.
Oh.
You gotta pay attention to the chat.
Yeah, I know. All right, so these are our palatal consonants that matter. We also have palatalized R that just comes out as ya, and we've determined that we're still going to spell that. Now, here's what happens in the theoretical situation that I have created for theoretical form I've created for each one. So let's do this one first. We get is that no wait, H, right? That's what's happening here. Yes. Okay. Versus. All right. And then we have.
Bye, Ragdoll.
E. And by the way, like the form that forms that we're doing here are consonants. And then we'll say K or G. F versus consonant schwa, K or G.
I feel like I'm seeing some IPA symbols in bold that are not in Palatino X.
Yeah, I know. But,
okay.
Yeah, it's just the bolded versions, though. They don't, They don't have bolded versions. I know. It looks like a disaster here. Better?
Much.
Yeah. All right.
And now, is there a space? No, that's just a cool looking. Okay, go on.
Yeah. All right. Now let's do N. Interesting. Okay. So for N, it is the same thing. No distinction. No distinction whatsoever.
Okay.
Because there's full nasal assimilation.
Right.
All right. And actually, I'm going to do this. All right, now let's try, let's put a K in there, see what happens. Of course, that resulted in a geminate, so let's put a T in there. Actually, doesn't seem to matter. Doesn't seem to matter what you put in there. It's going to result in a geminate.
Because all those stops become geminates?
Either way. Huh. Well, that's weird. That definitely should. Huh. All right. Well, let's just call it T for the time being. That'll make things easier. Yeah. All right. Now let's try ja and ja.
Wait, can you actually say that? The retroflex T followed by a palatalized K?
Ki. I think that we're allowing these because we have, tpahla, right? So tekish.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And actually, we don't need the G here because I forgot about the voicing, progressive voicing assimilation. So let me just do that.
And Yaha, good night. I'm glad you were able to make it for as long as you could.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm just shouting out random things. You can keep working.
No, yeah. This is going to be the same. This is going to be the same so that we get oops. Ah! Ah! Oh, nobody look at what I'm doing.
That's all I'm looking at now.
Okay. And actually, let's throw this in here. Same with this. And then versus, I think it's probably going to be that. So final one. Let's do this. Come on, be cool. And then, I guess this is versus. Okay, So this is the situation that we have here.
Mm-hmm.
This one is taken care of. It doesn't matter what N we put there. I would like to suggest that we disallow this distinction.
I mean, I think that makes sense because wouldn't they sound so much the same in context?
Acoustically, very similar. So, But if we ilkich versus ilkich, I mean, I certainly don't want to make that distinction so those are two separate words, but then which one ought it be? I guess it should just palatalize. Ilkich. Yeah, that's what should happen. Okay? Oh. Okay. So then let us... so that one was already fine. This one, in order to fix... sound change, L goes to before palatal consonant. That should fix that.
Mm-hmm.
Now that leaves these four that we might not want to change. Zgich, zgich, zgich.
Right.
What do you think?
And I'm fine with keeping all of them. I guess my question is, does it matter if they're all spelled the same, but a native speaker knows which one to say?
The thing is, take away the palatal for just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
If you had a distinction like, zga versus zga, you would write that.
Were we doing the retroflexes as ZY?
No, the retroflexes are ZH.
Okay, so that'd be a different spelling situation though, right? Because that would be ZHGY
Yeah, I would think so.
versus CGY.
I'm just talking about like these made-up words, zga versus zga. You want to distinguish those with spelling, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Then what is the difference by adding a third one and having zga?
In terms of pronunciation, nothing. The problem is when you get what we're dealing with down below.
Yeah.
With, where did it go now?
Because the thing is...
My problem is, just a second, coming back up to join me here.
Oops.
If we have to show that everything is palatalized, this is my problem.
Okay, so we already know that we don't need to do the ly. That one's taken care of.
Because we're going to do the sound change.
And this was going to be my recommendation. We keep the y's, but only for the palatals, not the palatalized. Okay?
Okay.
So this word would end up being spelled, right? However, if we had a different word, we would actually spell it like that. So we would have, both of those could be words in our system.
Okay.
And it's because we are using. Uh-oh. But we use the velars. Crap, we use the velars. Ah. Oh man, this is tough. This is... I hate to do this because romanization systems are so unimportant and dumb, but I think this might end up being the poll this week.
I do have to say, though, it's not as unimportant and dumb in the consideration knowing that this is going to be used in a game where you're going to have like Ngala on the one hand and then you're going to have Palka on the other hand, and you want people to feel like they at least belong together. Even though they're going to know their different languages, you do want them to feel like if I learn how to say it this one way, I can learn how to say it pretty easily in this other language.
Yeah. Okay, so we've determined that the N and the Lia don't matter for this. So now I have at least 3 systems in mind, maybe more. So our current system is this. Hold on a sec. GY.
Oh, and Megan, there are definitely German dialects where the R in the word Rot is a uvular trill. That may be what you're hearing.
And then let's add a couple more columns here just so that, so we're going to need these and then okay, so that's system 1. System 2 would be making them all alveolar. Right, because we already have that sound change, correct?
Which sound change, sorry?
Let me just throw this in there. Yeah, okay. So, R followed by E becomes ya. Alright. I think this, and now... Yeah.
I feel like we were doing some of these for good reasons. Now I can't remember.
I think Kya gets you closer to the actual pronunciation, and Kya gets you closer to the spelling, the actual pronunciation than because people are going to look at ty and go Kya, but the thing is you're supposed to be using the blade of your tongue and not the tip. That's why I like to do. That's why I like to do the velars. So let's try something else here. We already rejected this system.
Yes.
But
you're not bringing it back, are you?
I want to reconsider it for a very specific reason. Because... Okay. No. Hang on.
Yeah, it better be a good because.
Okay. And this isn't going to come through in the table, but don't worry, all right? It's going to come through, like, when I explain it, because, okay. All right, trust me on this one. We're going to...
At this point, spelling in this language is so screwy for me. Go for it.
We're going to be getting rid of extra Y's. Okay? So like we're gonna be getting rid of extra Y's depending on which system we use. Right now with our current system, we need more Y's. But with B and C, I think that we can get rid of extra Y's more frequently. Okay? But I am going to add D. I'm not going to promise it. I'm going to look at it before I actually make the pull, okay? But I am going to add...
Like, already in a crisis mode.
Oh, jeez. I don't even have it set up for this. Oh, this is killing me. That's not even the right G. It's a G, but that's the G I need for Turkish. Oh. I don't even know if I have it on my Conlangery keyboard that I created. Oh, I will put the real G in there. It's this one. There we go. Yeah.
Although I think at the end of the day, those superscripts are going to end up being just as hard to type if we're going for quick typing.
They are. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you there's a good chance that column D is not going to end up in the poll. I'm just writing it so that I can look at it and hate it.
Miles, you're right. This will be the most contentious poll, yeah.
Yeah. Well, then there's also this possibility.
You are not adding a fifth.
Just for funsies.
The same thing. Oh, you put a J. That's the difference. I was like, wait, what did you even change?
Yeah. I'll figure it out. There's a good chance it's just going to be A, B, and C, but I will tease it out. 300-ish people do have A, B, C, D, E as their first name. Oh my goodness.
You know there's a word abecedarian, which means in alphabetical order.
Really? That's a real one?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, good for English. I'm proud of that.
Yeah, I'm not going to give... Jason suggests C, J, CH, and JH.
Huh? Which one?
C, J, CH, JH as an option.
I'm in live chat, top chat, not live chat, live chat.
Have you been this whole time?
Yep. So yeah, that CJ, CHJ is terrible. It's not going to happen.
Oh, well, and these are wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, I already can't pronounce the language, but like on top of it, I already can't figure out how all these letters are supposed to go together. So, I mean, whatever.
It's going to make it better. Well, unless people choose the original option. But either way, there's going to be fewer Ys. All right? I promise there's going to be fewer Ys. The whole goal with this is to make it so that you don't have to write the distinction in these monster clusters. So to get it to more to the L and N situation. And I think it could work. Because I think that it's predictable outside of the ones that automatically palatalize. think. So like
Evan just said this may be the scariest poll you've made yet.
Okay. So yeah, I'll figure it out. Don't worry. It'll be all right, and I think it's going to be better. Okay. So, done. We've got 9 minutes left.
Did you want to fill out some of those charts?
Yeah, let's give it a shot. I mean, might as well at this stage. Okay.
May have to go back and change all the spellings, but you know.
Yeah. Okay. Rolf. What's the protoform of that?
That is a wonderful question. While you stay on that page, I'm gonna stay up on the page with all of the verbal roots as soon as I find them. Excellent. That one is R unrounded U L.
R unrounded U L. Got it. Okay. So we're going to need to put in a lot of forms, and we don't have them all.
What forms do you need?
Right now I only have it with the do auxiliary. I don't have it with the go auxiliary.
I feel like we did that on purpose with those charts, but I can't remember why.
Did what on purpose?
Because isn't that one of the charts that only has...
Oh, no. This is, we're just figuring out negation right now. So I just need, it's as opposed to f.
Right.
That's,
and then oof between them.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do that, and then we'll change the f to s. And presto. Well, that looks a lot better. I think some of the last changes that Graham made make things a little bit easier.
Oh, good.
Okay, so we have Ruf, that's correct. Rulo, yep. Yep. Rulo. Okay, those are all correct. Now we're going to do the negated forms. So, rul, sh. Okay.
I think this is where, because I had told you I tried to put it in, and I think it may have been this verb. No, I think it may be the next verb. One of them I got cy.
Yeah, you don't get it anymore. So I
Okay.
think some of the changes that Graham made it better. So that's a little shit, and this one is rule self. Okay. Good, and then...
Oh, did you do the non-finite negated form, or were you skipping that one for now?
I missed it. I missed it. There we go.
Magpie, you're right. Option F should just be IPA.
That's not right. That's not right. I think this one still needs... Yeah, it does. Okay. What? No, that's not what I did. That's what I did. Okay, good. Okay, and then the other two, so are Relaxel? Relaxel? Relax. Oh boy.
But yeah, how is that?
I don't look right. That doesn't look right. Did I put S in the wrong place?
Where did you put
Did I
it?
put ilk in the wrong place?
It should be ilk followed by s,
It should?
right?
It should? Well, then why are these all
Verb,
coming out as
negation,
should?
auxiliary.
Oh, I'm sorry. Now I see L-Y-S-Y-S-Y. Okay, so, but that's no big deal. That's no big deal. Because we know that that's just going to come out as that. And this also doesn't have an accent mark anymore. It had an accent mark because there was a vowel there, but there isn't a vowel there anymore. So that's just going to come out as rishur. And the other one is coming out as relax, which I understand why it's coming out that way. But that's not where the stress is. But that's not where the stress is on that form. The stress is on the end. Yeah. But it's not on the end. Stress is not on the end. Oh boy, that's a tricky paradox. In order to get the correct form, we need to put the stress on the end, but the stress actually isn't on the end.
Yeah, not in that form. What so I'm waiting for it to update. What would the difference between imperfect and perfect be? Oh, it's just without the R. Okay.
So that's a very clean and simple thing, but the form that I'm getting is essentially relcher versus relaxa. And that form looks more like the vowel final forms, the ilksa, remember?
Right.
And the reason that we're getting those is because the stress is on the middle syllable.
Mm-hmm.
And so if that's what we're getting, then this form is probably wrong. It shouldn't be banche. It should be like banilche, right? Let me actually throw that in and see what happens. Oh, cancel. Yep, banilche. Banilche versus banchur. Yeah.
Was that one of the ones that we actually tested? I can't remember. Some of them we just filled in after running it through the system.
So here's the thing. So previously, Graham put in a change where now you were getting stress in the correct place. You weren't getting stress in words that ended in V, C, C, V.
Okay.
Or V, C, 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 V. Either words. You weren't getting stress in the correct place. Because of that, it was giving us these very simple forms where we had basically versus at the end, right?
Right.
Now that the stress is being put in the correct place, it's recognizing the fact that the perfect negative should be stressed where it's stressed, but the imperfect negative should actually be stressed on that middle syllable, and so it's rescuing the barred I, giving it a form that's more like these forms, the uksar forms. I am comfortable-ish with saying that those imperfect negative forms for consonant final words simply get analogized.
I am also comfortable with that, but only if we write that somewhere so we're not confusing ourselves later.
Good point. Good point. I don't know exactly where that ought to go.
Right now I'm putting it under negation notes on page 10.
Okay.
I almost spelled analogize from. Okay, and then what would the form be if we didn't do that? It would be ban yuk shu.
It would be banuksa. So Banulksu.
Okay. Cool.
These get not centered.
Okay, so we at least have that as a note.
Okay.
Cool. And it is now past 6 p.m. for me.
Yes. Okay. We'll work on the rest of the tables later when we just have spare minutes at the end. All right. Good.
Yes. And it'll help to figure out what our romanization system will be.
Yeah. This will simplify it. I'm pretty sure this is going to simplify it. All right. Cool. Anyway, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about the verbs, though.
I am too. I think we got some good stuff done. We have passive forms. I'm excited about that. And I think obviously once these tables finish getting filled in, but they will.
Yeah.
I think now we're ready to talk about other things next week. Should I put a note about where you want to start? Oh, wait, we don't have copular constructions.
Yeah, I think that's what we should do next, is to figure out copular constructions.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be April 1st.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How about that? All right.
How about that indeed? I put a note for copular constructions.
Cool. All right. Oh, Roman's back up. Good boy, Roman. See if you can get up that way. Why can't you get down that way, Roman? Yeah.
Awesome.
Talking to you.
And Evan, the patrons will be voting on the romanization system this week. And speaking of patrons, not only is next Thursday, April 1st, our next live stream, but that will also be the day that the next podcast episode drops. So be on the lookout for that.
Also, our patron live stream is this Saturday, right?
Yes. Oh, good memory there, David. This Saturday at 12 Pacific, we are going to have our patron live stream. So be ready for that too.
Yes. Okay.
Well, it'll be good. Excellent. Cool. Well, everyone, stay grammar. See you in a week.
All right. Bye, everybody.